And you know, guys, this whole discussion is not even about money. Frankly, it's not even about indotene mali. It's about a man who plans, whose intentions are clear. That's a man you can trust. Do you understand what I'm saying? He has planned. He is not a millionaire. He has just planned. No muntu ufuna ukuchada. He wants to get married. So magafika kini uthengele uma wakho i12 piece yamabhodo. Magafika eJardini uthengele usisi wakho irogo le-matric dance. He buys your older sister a painting to put up in her house. And he buys your baby brother sneakers and also takes him to Gold Reef City with his boys, Balo Khaza, from being on roller coasters. And then takes your dad golfing alongside, you know, buying polished yadi matairanta tuahao. Not because he is a millionaire, but because he understands that that is what God would have him do to ultimately win respect and honor from your family. Because that's exactly what Isaac did in the case of Rebecca. Abraham sent a servant to go and find a wife for Isaac. And when the servant arrived, before he arrived, he was told by God that you're going to identify her by this, that, and the other. She's going to feed your animals. And what is this? She's also going to invite you, give you hospitality into her dad's household. That's the woman that belongs to, who do you call this? That belongs to Isaac. Lo and behold, he found her doing exactly that. And then once he found her, what did he do? What did he do? What did Abraham do on behalf of Isaac? He gave this man gifts. He sent jewelry, all different kinds of like whatever. I think they even gave her a nose ring, Rebecca, you know, in order to basically just adorn her or whatever. Type establishment thing. And her family was given gifts. That is biblical marriage. Do you understand? That is biblical courtship. A man must rock up and impress the living daylights out of everybody. That's what's good. And the woman is worthy of having that done for her because she is that girl that feeds your camels and invites you into her dad's house and gives you hospitality overnight. She is a cut above the rest. And so if a man is rocking up high and dry, atoshela fela, utiki na emlanjeni, she's chilling out emlanjeni and he's like, hello, njani siseyawa umhlebandla we. Yo, shut up, dude. All you bring is your compliments. All you bring is your house sister girl. And on top of that, you're trying to run away with her because you don't want her dad to know. You're sneaking. You're probably like sneaking around with a woman. Sneaking around with a woman. That's what's good. Instead of rocking up transparently trying to marry her. But you ufunuk jola in corners with her. The guy from MTN Megatwana in corners. When I took him to my church, he was uncomfortable. The dude from the US wanted to just steal me. With me. Without knowing my family members. Abantu bagithi don't make sense. Ke nonsense, ke rubbish. We get it. But if I'm going about my father's business as a godly woman, I deserve to have a man intend to even honor a family that has persecuted me, a family that has disregarded me, a family that has had no care to take care of me. Bottom line is I came from them and I eat strawberries and blueberries every day because of them. Pumalana, like Jardin, where they treat me like in nonsense. Ain't no man gonna be rocking up and taking me like a Cinderella. Do you understand? Where it is that they will disregard and diss my family and then take me by on gichata da fair. I won't have anything to bounce back on. My family needs to be handled the way that Joseph's family was handled, where the guy was given honor in Egypt, but nonetheless, the Egyptians honored and respected Joseph's brothers because of Joseph, for the sake of Joseph. That is true biblical reunion or reconciliation. You do not just run off with a bride. The Cinderella story is from the pit of hell. Do you understand? A godly man brings gifts to Cinderella's evil stepmom and stepsisters in order to take Cinderella out of that household. He does not just flee with her. Aga ilopi. But you see, busy minang nigeza or rubbish are my ideas. But that's just the thing. God will protect me from even people that are taking notes that they might come into my life. There's some silly man from my past that I thought was my husband at some point. Wahamba di guy, wayochata another chicken. Hamba game at your bride something, dude. Mtate. Manje, sekafuni divorce or he's divorced. I don't know what of the two are true. At some point, I used to love this guy like a fat kid loves cake. I proper would have answered all of these 21 questions like Megan Good. Got 21 questions, vele ya 50 cents. I would have gone, mina nyombone dangane this guy. I would have done anything for this Oki. Mengzo pesuka for this guy, wankutwa. They get more rata that much. But I'm over him now. However, he remembers how much I was dumb in love with him. Yeah, to a point of remembering even how I cried when I found out that he was married. And now I got a dream like 2 or 3 days ago where he was doing better, essentially, by me. But his wife was nowhere to be found. He was doing better. in that he was a lot more responsive to me. He was no longer aloof. He was no longer not despondent, but full of reverse psychology. He was no longer cool. You know these guys that act all cool, like why like he's crushing on you. He thorough is feeling you. He likes you, but like he's gonna act cool. He's gonna pretend like, nah, that's not a thing. He's gonna act like he doesn't have any feelings for you. He's going to sometimes walk right by you without even greeting, and then the next time he will greet, and so leave you with cognitive dissonance as to whether or not this guy likes me or not. You don't know what's going on because he's got, sometimes he's hot, sometimes he's cold. He was like that. He was shifty that way. Yeah. He was passing a woman that he had great feelings for. Shade. He was shifty. And in my dream, he was not shifty. In other words, he was doing better than the first time. He was doing better this time around. He was taking, he was paying attention to make sure that he does not offend me. And he was talking well to me. And when I would raise something, he would listen intently. And I'm like, whoa. After like a decade has progressed and you've gone on right ahead and divorced your wife and all that, and now you want to rock up so funugungi chat. These are like men who have not planned to take a godly woman, but they have studied her over time, now want her, desire her, and so because they've studied her, they know what answers to give, but they have not studied God, that they might delight naturally in these answers, that they might automatically know what to do. Abraham's servant was communicated to how to win Rebecca over, how to bring her home for Isaac. Yeah, men from God are given basically forewarning. They are given a lamp to their feet to know what it's gonna take to win the woman of their dreams over. So they rock up already with answered questions without you even having to ask them. They automatically answer questions that are ruminating in your mind. The guy Wako MTN that I asked, Okima Bob, rando chilling out you in these uneasy streets. What are your intentions with me? A godly man, you don't even have to ask him that, because he will make it known up front. He will pursue you with an understanding that he will pursue you with he will lead with it. That's what I'm getting at. He will lead with that. He will lead with that. He will know you're godly, first of all, so he's not going to be wondering if you're Christian, because if he's wondering, he won't even ask you out, because he's not trying to be unequally yoked. He's not trying to be with a woman he doesn't know is in Christ, so he will have had to make an observation that you are God's. And once he comes to that observation, the only thing necessary or next step for him to do necessarily then is for him to just ask, may I court you? May I court you? Like, is it okay? He gotta ask you first, not even your dad. Because if he goes to your dad, he's basically making an assumption that you would be interested, that he should pursue you. He asks you first, can I court you? And if at all you're like, yeah, sure, no, do you, dude? Then only should he then go to your figures of authority, your dad, whoever it is that is your even spiritual father, on some, Karawe and I have feelings for each other, and I was wondering if you would award me the permission to basically start to court her, to start to interrogate the prospect of us ending up married. It might not work, true story, but that is biblical dating. It's not really dating, it's just a responsible way to try and find a wife. It does not always end up in marriage, but it is the responsible route to take. It is the responsible route to take. So this dude is not gonna be dilly-dallying on some, hello, how are you? Oh, you're so pretty. Oh, anyway, so what's your favorite cola? What's your favorite drink? What is your favorite fruit? What is your favorite vegetable? Do you even like vegetables? I can see you like vegetables. Look at your skin. Oh, it's voila magnifique. Full of praise. Ask like it, but hollow, empty, naught and ash of any true virtue. That's what's going on out here in these uneasy streets, and I don't want to be in them. We need to go home. Just go in the rapture and leave all of y'all with your fraternizing activity, doing what you want to do. Like hambani in your jola, guys. Keep on exploring one another's feelings for each other. See how far they take you. See how long you can date before you get fed up with the fact that a guy is not proposing marriage. The moment you, as black girls, get to a point where you're singing Yemi Ala days, see me see trouble, when are you gonna marry me, oh? See me see trouble, you best to marry me, oh. See, we've been dating for many years now. You want to leave me for lobola. See me see trouble. You gon' marry me, oh. Today. Oh, the moment you get to that point in a relationship, girl, Apula kwai kwai. Hey, and start to run. Opposite direction. Kumula lama Christian Louboutins ama Dumont. So anka go dia things are so krati gelzina and just run. The opposite direction. Don't even take nothing like proper. If you live in the same apartment with him, cut your losses. That's what's good. You with your fornication and your cohabitation. Tata a handbag yakho, maybe your favorite mascara and lip gloss and perfume. Namabunga wako uwashie da cause grandshap they are stained from all your fornication and just go back to your mama's house. But sister girl, forget about the fridge. Forget about what common law basically prescribes for cohabiting couples who have been living for a certain amount of time. Ka 50-50. Move free jail. Move guys. Because we're taking your munna or twanko mutimong or like a free. Oh, he's gonna say, rock up with the ace gas. I tell you right now, he's gonna come with the ace gas. Say three. Never mind A1. A1 get your house. The other one is your mom's and dad's house, ace gas, and then the other one is your older sister's ace gas. Like, leave your fridge behind. Tuchela washing machine. Tuchela the egg holder. Tuchela, I remember when I was dating my ex, when I moved out of my apartment, during a breakup, because I knew common law and because we were cohabiting, I just gave him and Jeffela half of the stuff that I had, and then the other half I put it in storage. I ended up giving that other half to my cousin. Essentially, when I got born again, all these things were just like whatever, hollow note and asonina, any cohabitayo. That mirror fridge, beautiful. We some expensive like store, cause you that designer chick. Let it go, cause your man gonna rock up with the ace gas. I told you, like a sleep bed. The bed that you fornicated on with this like random guy or like last or 3 years ago fella asa proposing nyalo mara lidula ka ofel. Guys, leave it alone. Or whatever might be the furniture store life thing. All these things is a fornication. Let the guy keep it. Run, leave. Like I said, just take your Gucci purse, your favorite lip gloss, perfume. Maybe kwangana A1. Maradona kwa because you're gonna need to be barefoot to run, girl. Sisters, get out. Because it's when you try to leave, especially these ones that you cohabit with, that he's gonna be on some I never walk again until you come back to me. I'm down on bended. Yo, guys, there's nothing worse than a man all lang. Dikeledi tsa monna di botlhoko jwang ha le ka tsebe. He bathong ke sirila muni, guys. Ha le batle sirila muni ya teng. That's why sirila muni. When it's in your mouth, you out there like and you're blinking, you're squinting, your eyes dikeledi. Usalle. O tla ba sirwa nkutla o blom in a relationship with a guy you're trying to walk away from. O tla lla. Oh, my ex used to have vibe, guys. Baby, is it really over? Babe, come on, baby, come on. Yo, as in, they nyembezi mina every single time. Azangia Tofala, guys, I never got old. Each and every single time, mina menguyela back because it ain't nice to see a man cry. So that's why I get a kwai apolo apareteki, girl. Rock a sneaker. Onyonya bebusi who like Pink Panther, Grandshap memelo ka M17. And then just grab minimum, and just go. Uhambe, and don't look back, ma tanken. Some words are like Kastasimenya, oh, it's getting hard to loop. And don't look back because he's not gonna come. He'll never walk again till you come back to me. I'm down. And then when you get back together, that's when he's gonna be like, but baby, you know we're gonna get married. How so be ready? Abuti, how old are you exactly? 31. Yeah, I'm 27. At what point are you gonna be ready? Are you what, 28? You what, 27? When are you gonna be ready? Hey, pumpen again. Because the man that God will give you is gonna come with the gombeiska feta, never mind the ace gas. He will come with an entire kitchen, never mind just the fridge. He will have the bed and that both of y'all are gonna be sleeping on for the first time on your wedding night. Well, maybe not wedding night because then you're gonna be on honeymoon, but a week after your wedding night. That's what's good. Brand spanking new bed, brand spanking new fridge. Because this guy has gone before in advance as the Lord has given him wisdom to do so. So let go of all the furniture you bought with your deadbeat boyfriend that took 3 years to get to a point where he's like, I'm down on bended. Oh, guys, wait again. English amadoda ass like it, but it's like they're manipulative. They're like a gaslighting carbon monoxide. Ngantela manje utla vurwaega kirikelisa ndota guy. Just walk, just leave, get gym, run, maybe even change your number. Yo, change your number. Go access this guy because uzofuna ubuya. Leave your fridge, leave your bed, leave your wall paintings, leave the flat screen TV. Nah, this dude will have put one in every single room of the house. Because he likes to watch his sermons on a flat screen TV. Flat screen TV. Another why in the heaven are you living with them, for crying out loud? Like, Papa, get out, leave, get the step in. I wish I knew some of the stuff that I know today, you guys, because then A1 because my man was gonna come and he was gonna take me shopping. Go preview, go any pair of shoes Nike. That's what's good. Yeah. But I decided to stick around because of dude nang tumpaga vibe, baby. But you know it's the two of us, darling. I can't explain. Where did we lose our way? Girl, it's driving me insane. And I know I just need one more chance to prove my love to you. If you come back to me, I guarantee that I'll never let you go. Ay, girls in las balejantle, matag, pulang di kwai, lo twari konzi, lo dripecha en route. Yo, like proper, just take off them, like we're waiting little earrings, everything, little weak, Brazilian, everything, just let it go. Let it go. Hey, as you fly like the Flash, as you run out of there and your wig falls off, don't look back, girl, just keep running. And as you're running, one of your falsies falls to the ground. Is she Muiling? Just Shiana, go, because this guy is gonna reel you back in. He's gonna bring you back in. Eyelash on some. I'm sorry, babe, that I even messed up with your face beats and your edges. But you're still fra. 1 year down the line, got personal loan. We thinking guys swung with these guys. For my just leave. Tlogela wiki, tlogela eyeshadow, tlogela blush. We thinking leave everything. Everything. Musieka furniture kaofela. Musieka yona. Let him sell it. Hore lo raisa, hore lo ithuta responsibility ntatwa teng. Abuti wa teng ka lo ithuta responsibility a lo rekisa furniture eo and save for the next woman a never musingetseng nako. Because proper, absent of you guys training these guys better, ajem. Le tlo ntsha le ntsha these personal loan le kena ko manyalong. Prenup. Even how offensive that prenup is to God. Like, that's what's good. Like, Mudimu cannot stand the prospect of the fact that you are planning a contingency for divorce. He hates it. You will never even have to deal with any such a thing as that. Leave them. Otherwise see me trouble and then you gonna marry me, oh, see we've been dates, yeah. Okay, yo. And then how long by tuta ho araba dipotso tsa house and mara still you're gonna end up with a Christian man still dating like the world. I nearly did that with some dude. I don't know, I've had two very unprepared guys try to propose marriage to me. One of them actually did. Very unprepared. And no money for lobola. How in and of himself was also he's planning on hustling now that he's met a girl. Never prayed to God for a wife. And even if he prayed, he never planned to actually have a wife. That's not a man from God. You need to know what to look out for. Now I have got some dude that went and married some other woman. Do you understand? And Niki Morata, like no man's business. Like I said, I loved him so much that he was the kind of guy that even though I ain't finally makes on pesuka if he ended up in prison, that's that guy. Yeah, and I dreamt about him now trying to do differently and do better by me, and I'm like, dude, I might have loved you then, but I don't now. I don't now. It's taken me losing an entire decade of my life and basically being dealt a bad blow by black men who are way too irresponsible with black women. Nina, black men, out of all the cultures in the world, I believe Indians and blacks are the ones where dowry is expected. How under heaven, knowing that dowry is expected of you, lobola, like basically bridal price, knowing that it is expected of you, why aren't you saving? Why? It's made me realize so many things, the suffering that I've been in, how irresponsible black men are. Like, as I'm planning, gone, hollow, not zero. That's how much you have no regard for us as black girls. You meet us lily empty-handed. No savings in your bank accounts, mara ufuna ukujola. Kodwa akunamali. Ufuna ukujola. You are heavy in debt. You are living out of your car. You have properly bought imoto whose car installment is so lofty that if at all you are more responsible buying a smaller car, you could have actually been able to rent an apartment where you could get out of your mother's house. Maru busy. Like driving a BMW, living on barely anything. If you have an apartment empty, my ex-boyfriend had a friend in the beginning of our relationship that was driving a Beamer. He had a relatively successful-ish job in corporate. Do you understand? I think he was a broker or something, and he was doing okay. But when we went to his apartment, beanbagging. We were sitting on beanbags, but this guy was sporting a Beamer. Change every 4 months. Yes, like it, guys. The kind that if you go on the accelerator, nitrogen or something. The kind of car that insurance would not cover. Because of all the extras that make it a dangerous investment by an insurance company. Yeah. That's what's good. And then he would take them to an empty apartment that he'd been back. For them, it was enough for him to just have an apartment. It was enough for him to have an apartment. Yeah, that's what black men are doing. Instead of just buying moto emuvayo, like it moves, okay? Ain't no need to be impressing the whole of Johannesburg out here in these streets. And then getting a house, a home loan, that you're paying a down payment on, that is fully furnished, so that if you want to take a bride, you can move her in. That's what's good. Now, busy when move a BMW, you're moving a woman into a Mercedes. That's what's good. When they get older, fine, they have money now. They can afford to take a lula because they are now executives. And they've made quite a bit of money, but even then, they don't have the responsibility that dwells in them to make honest women out of women that come into their lives. I had a friend who met a dude that was like a whole executive, alright, in some company. And he had like a whole mansion that he owned and like multiple cars. And he would not take out lobola because he was playing games, like the way black men play games. He insisted that she give him a baby first. He insisted. He already had a child with another woman. And he insisted, and she gave him 2 babies before he ever proposed to her. And our relationship ended because she used witchcraft on me and all different kinds of weird stuff. And the last I heard of that scenario, she was still not married to him. So I don't know what happened today, what's happened to them ever since. I don't know what's happened. That's how black men treat us as black women. So whether or not banemali, they are just not trying respect. They're not interested. Like when a man is making so much money that he has got multiple cars and a mansion and he still won't take out lobola, that would be nothing to him. So I'm old enough to attract the kinds of men that would have made quite a lot of money already in life because they're advanced in years. Do you understand? But still, when I ask, what are your intentions with me? Games. Yo, black women know when to run. Tsebang hore la pare neng kwa le mathe. Tsebang neng hore la pare tekineng. Tsebang hore le tlohele mascara le face beat le eyelash neng. Mo fatshe. Tsebang hore le tswe neng mahareng a bosiu. Unyonyoba like Pink Panther. Not planning on coming back. Know when to leave your ace gas behind, your fridge. Know when to leave your bed behind in an apartment and never go back to fetch it. Know when to get out, that you might not be subjugated to the tyranny of a guy. Because it is hard to ignore a man that is crying. He could have committed abominations against you. He could have killed your whole family. But at the moment, Pelil, over before it starts. So to spare yourself from having your heartstrings pulled, given that you're an emotional being as a woman, get out and don't even listen to Trekya Boys to Mania 1997. Zwamoyen. Pumangi. Ewiazen guys, I mean, I feel like I'm in your gym now. I'm gonna go work out because it stopped raining outside. It looks like I've been given an opportunity to work out. So I hope you've been edified. As for me, Angizo Chatwamina, Hindota that's had a wife before. First and foremost. Secondly, some dude osing ready mara oto balang trivia mohara Bible to figure out how to answer questions to a Christian woman that is asking him what's going on. I shouldn't have to ask. These things should just have to happen. And I don't even think that guys, the rapture is happening because all over the show. At the full stop slanting when nobody's putting a dead break on like an ecosystem. Guys, who's stopping this nonsense? Black community, black girls. Because like perpetuate this thing, you're continuing it on along. You're rolling down a hill. With nothing stopping you. Newton's law of motion. An object in motion will stay in motion unless acted on by another force. You guys are just rolling down a hill like a boulder. Ain't nobody stopping you. How no stopping nonsense so jeka ha go sa stopege nonsense all over the show. Lebolo ibalona bo tileng tlhogo. This world is crazy. Everything is falling apart. But loyiba insist mo laughing. Left, right, and center. 24 hours a day. How sustainable like it? How sustainable, guys? How about you imagine how sustainable like it's about le rutusitswe ke mang sustainability mara eseng mona ga kere. Ga ise situation ena guys. Haina sense ke le hanyane. So tswang mo yon. Mara if you don't want to act upon your downward spiral by another force, and so stop this rabiosh eniyenzayo like 24 hours a day. Thina siyahamba ke siyoguduka ama saints go marching in, siyahamba siyendlini. We don't like this earth. It's uncomfortable. My Christians are disappointed 24 hours a day. People keep on apostatizing, listening to a pastor for 7 years. Next thing he's out talking about a boo, a baby, my love and a sweetie. You should be a husband of one wife above reproach. That's baby boo. Suga guys. I'm signing out in Christ's name. I guess, salvageable. Otherwise, this place just kind of looks done and dealt with. This is Hiroshima now. It has landed and I get a little cockroach the way salvageability. Unless, of course, there is. But time will tell, will it not? Bye bye.